Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing after a nice recovery pump on this March 11th, 2025, 7 p.m. Eastern update from just north of downtown Detroit inside the old Vincenzo compound under a clear sky of this early spring evening with a current official temperature of 41 degrees. Jay, we ask you to bell notification, comment down below, like the channel, and share to get that truth, education, and information that you need. And we have a few questions from our beautiful audience. A member of Yes, Jabroni Killer, that is part of the first mover advantage, the truth and the information and education that you need to stay out ahead of this ever-changing market. Yo, can you look at EGLD multiverse? We'll look at that. Another beautiful member of Jabroni Killers, XRP Ripper. Can you look at Ethereum? Absolutely. And then we had somebody ask if we could look at Litecoin, and we'll look at Litecoin, right? And then XRP Ripper, he said he couldn't become yes members of Jabroni Killer from Sapphire on the iPhone from Switzerland, so he had to go to a PC or a Mac, and then he was able to join. Uh, and if you want to be a member, you want to get part of this first mover advantage. And that's the most important thing in the power of old Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing to help support the number one cryptocurrency influencer on social media and insider. You want to become members of Jabroni Killers. It gives you that first mover advantage. And that's the power, and that's the key to get truth and education and information and not all these heister channels from the mainstream or social media. And you can see we haven't looked at Ethereum in a long time. We got to clean this chart up. We'll look at Ethereum. Let's see what's going on in Ethereum. We'll bring out the VP volume indicator, the fixed range profile. Start at the beginning, go all the way out. And you can see what we have here. We have your mean of the volume is way down there still, which is very interesting. But then we have a major area of support and resistance down here. You see this? Major area of support and resistance down there. We'll lock this. Then we had another area up here. Another area of support and resistance up here. We'll make that a light green. We'll extend that out a little bit. And we'll lock this. And then we'll get into the daily time frame. And notice right where we're at now, we've come straight down to a major support area at the top part of this trading box here. We'll price label that this blue trading area sitting here at $1,805. So this could be a nice area for a bounce. You can see we've had a golden bearish cross in the daily time frame as the short-term moving average is sitting here at $2,600, right? We'll clone this. The 100-day moving average is sitting here just above that at $2,830, and the 200-day is sitting on top now for a complete golden bearish cross, where the short-term moving average is on the bottom, followed by the medium term, and then the long-term moving average is on the top. That is known as a golden bearish cross, and you can see the price of Ethereum has went down and collapsed greater than industry exclusive measuring tool from a regional high back here in December to current price. It's down 56.25%. Now, after it's had the golden bearish cross, it's sitting at a major support level at the top part of this blue trading zone. And you can see the last time we were in there, you can see we hit the bottom part of this blue trading zone as support, support, then we had a bunch of resistance, and then we broke out. So now on the way back down, we would see something, we would expect it to hold that support now and have a nice bounce. And you can see the last time we came from above the green trading zone back down, we hit bottom, pump, bottom twice, bottom three times, next part of the bull market. Now Ethereum is at an interesting spot here. Oops. Ethereum is at an interesting spot because you're coming back down and retesting the blue trading zone for the first time. This is an area in the short term that I would expect in Ethereum to have a decent bounce. I could see a bounce, something like this. I could see you coming all the way back up near the 50-day moving average in the daily time frame and having a big bounce up to maybe $2,500 and then coming back down and retesting for a double bottom. And that would be an area then where you would decide, are we going to continue up and break this bear market and 56% downtrend, or are we going to slip back into this blue trading zone and come down all the way into this maybe $1,024, right? So this is something that I'm watching out for and paying attention to because this could be an area in Ethereum over the next few days that could have a nice bounce. And you can see it initially bounced on that $1,800 or the top part of that blue major support and resistance area. So we're going to watch out in Ethereum as we could pump up to like $2,500 or so from here. And that would be a nice recovery if we could bounce off this major trading area. That would be a 44% move. Now, if we can't bounce and we start to trade around here, can't get any rhythm, and we start to trade down towards the bottom part of this blue trading area, if we can't hold this, and this is why we're going to watch this, from the top part of this area to the bottom, that's a 43.33% fall, right? So I'm going to be paying attention for this, and we'll keep following this for my lovely member Jabroni Killers, as there could be a nice bounce there based on the technicals and what we're looking at. The Gateman EGLD multiverse. Let's see if I can find that. There's so many coins, and some of these are hard to find. EDLG, EGLD multiverse. See, there's so many of these weird coins. When there are these coins I've never heard of, I'm thinking it's this right here. But you guys got to be real specific because it's hard for me to find these. But I think this is what he's looking at. And if it's not, my beautiful member Jabroni Killer is getting that first mover advantage. And we ask you to help support and to help spread this message in this channel and the power of what we're doing here. Become onto the Jabroni Killer train. Help support the channel, help keep these videos that have been, will continue to be, and will always be free. Come out once a day. Your support helps that cause. And I thank you with the gratitude for the members of Jabroni Killers that are helping this channel grow and helping us get our message out. I think this is the coin that my good man's looking at. And if it's not, just comment to me. But I think this is the coin you're looking at. We're going to first get our VP volume indicator and the from the beginning of the coin. No, we're going to need to probably be in the weekly time frame to see this. You can see we're right at the mean of the volume here. And if we pull our box out, we're right at the mean of the volume for the history of the coin right there, which is a major support and a major resistance area. So we're going to lock that. Then we have another area up here where we have another little stick of volume. See that right there? We're going to make that orange and we're going to lock it. You see that? Then we're going to zoom in. Then we're going to zoom in here to the daily time frame. And we're going to see where the moving averages are. You can see here too, we've had a golden bearish cross. See that? See the golden bearish cross where we have the short-term moving average on the bottom? Come on. Move that up. We'll clone that. And we'll clone another one. We'll move the short-term moving average of 50s down here at $24. We'll put that in red. Come on. And then the 200-day moving average is sitting up here at $30. So we've had a golden bearish cross. We're sitting down here. Are we at an all-time low? I believe we are. Nope, we're not at an all-time low. We're sitting down here at a major support level from way back when the coin started, where it came out, and then we got some support and resistance. See down here? There's a major support level down there where we're just about hitting. So this could be another area where we could have a mini technical rally. I don't know anything about this coin. This coin seems to have very little momentum, besides to the downside. The volume, if we go out to the weekly time frame, has been just heavily red trading, and the volume has been drastically declining and whittling ever since this coin came out. But this could be a technical area that we had some support right here before we had a ferocious rally in 2021, which could have been when this coin came out. Now we're coming on this technical level, hitting it, and we could try to make a bounce there. But if we fail this area, with the data that we have, we could come down to an all-time low, and that's something that we're going to watch out for. Oh, I did delete that. I knew something was going on. Clone. Get this one back up here where we had that bounce. Is that where we had the bounce? Yeah, that's right where we had the bounce. So we are on that technical level, and you can see we wick down to it. We wick down to it, and if we can try to get a bounce here, if we move into the daily, you can see we wick down to it once, wick down to it again. We'll pull a price note down here. Oh, of course it would go right there. Pull that price note down there. Make it purple at $17.91. If we can get a confirmed bounce off the $17.91, you could have a nice rally all the way back up to between the $24, the 50-day in the daily, and the $30.38, the 200-day in the daily. Now, if you can't hold this area, you would have a one big collapse here. If you can't hold this $23, you're going to collapse all the way down to an all-time low before you get any kind of substantial bounce at $6.31. So this is a critical area. If this is the coin you're looking at, and you can see we're trying to bounce on it, if you can hold this $17 area, you could be looking at a nice bear market rally, or maybe a turn to get more bullish, potentially as high as 61%, right? Up to that $24 to $28 level. But if you fail this level, you have a big fall coming down into the $6 to $10 range. So we're going to keep a close eye on this. And that's its power. And that's one of the reasons we ask you to be a member of Jabroni Killers. You get the first mover advantage. You get me to look at the coins that you want. Uh, Quickly and efficiently, without all the hysteria and hype train. We just give you straight truth and education and information. And if we go into the XRP price, you can see we've had a nice bounce just above the 200-day moving average. Something that we talked about could happen. We're going to try to now hold this $2.10 level in the short term, where if we look at the daily time frame, you can see the daily time frame, the bearish cross is still going to happen, but we're trying to get supported at the neckline again. And if we can get supported at the neckline this time on a secondary bounce, we could try to pump back up even as high as this $2.58 level from where we're at right now. Then I think you would get rejected and come back down to the 200-day moving average. But right now, if we can get some momentum, especially with Bitcoin having a relief rally, we could try to make another run up, something like that, right? We could have a short term run to where we go from 209 back up to 250, and then it would look something like that, still in the right shoulder, but playing it out as the volume continues to decline before the next maybe breakdown, and then you hit the 200-day moving average at $1.89. But we're still in this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. We're at a technical level where we could see a short term bounce, something like that on the big blue line, and we'll take this down. That's the potential future pattern, but we are still on the right shoulder, and I could see a bounce up to 246, and then you get rejected if you can get some momentum. But if you fail to bounce and materialize, and we just have a quick sell-off, you would come down a lot lower than the 200-day moving average. You might even make a run for our targeted move on this head and shoulders at $1.29 down there in yellow. So we're going to continue to pay attention for this to see how that develops. The XLM price, you can see we're in an area too where you could see a short-term bounce. we've been beaten down very, very harshly. We're at an area of major support where we bounced 2 other times, and the support level is right here at the top uh, of this 26 cent level. I thought I had a little line there. Is there a line there? Yeah, there's a line there, a major support line. If we can get a bounce on there, we could bounce as high as the golden bearish cross of the 50 and 100 day up there at 33 cents. From current price, that would be a pretty healthy bounce. If we hold this and have a nice bounce, that could be a 29-30% bounce from where we're at now. So we're going to pay attention for that. In the Ethereum price, let's look if there's any XRP news. Any XRP news of interest. Bitcoin could be a deep value level or start of a bear market. Crypto quant. And old Vincenzo's been talking about a short to medium term topping out bear market reversal pattern for a while. And I told you now the mainstream, and this is another reason you get the first mover advantage. We've been talking about this for 2 months now, and now the mainstream and the crypto quant is starting to catch on. But that's why your members here. That's why you share the channel, hit that bell notification, and subscribe and become a member of the army, a member of the first mover advantage jabroni killer army. And that's very important. And that's the power of this station. Market sentiment is softening as technical indicators shift. Accumulation patterns and ETF move signal broader hesitation. Indicators suggest this isn't a routine pullback, but a deeper recalibration uh, underlying vulnerabilities may reshape long-term trends. Bitcoin value metrics are pointing to bearish territory, and according to the market, may be teetering between deep value levels and the onset of a bear market, like old Vincenzo started talking about in late December, early January, out ahead of the field, giving his subscribers and his followers and Jabroni Killer members first mover advantage. And we finally are on board publishing this at Crypto Quant on March 11th of 2025, reveals that nearly every major indicator now signals caution. The Bitcoin bull bear market cycle indicator is currently at its most bearish cycle level that in previous cycles have either preceded a sharp correction or a market marked the beginning of a downturn. In parallel, the MVRV ratio Z score has fallen below a 365-day moving average, suggesting that the Bitcoin previously sustained upward momentum has markedly dissipated. The shift in sentiment can be seen by the notable contraction in Bitcoin demand. Recently, the apparent demand growth of Bitcoin dropped 103,000 Bitcoin in a single week, representing the fastest pace of a contraction observed since July of 2024. Bitcoin whale slow accumulating, signaling reduced demand. The steep decline indicates clear buying hesitation and weakening market support. Major whale, who have traditionally played a role in driving market movement through huge accumulations, have also slowed the rate of Bitcoin acquisition. US-based spot ETF have transitioned into net sellers of Bitcoin this year, further adding downward pressure on the price. While Bitcoin current 22% price decline might seem in line with correction experienced during previous bull market cycles, the valuation metric paints a more concerning picture. Bitcoin is trading around the 81,000. Old Vincenzo warned that it could get close to 74,000, and it got to 78 before a bounce, a range slightly below the trader on-chain realized price lower band. A key support level, a precise position who compounded Tuesday on the broader crypto market, shed 6% amid investor anxiety triggered by President Trump's latest trade policy, highlighting tensions over tariffs targeting U.S. trading partners. Canada, Mexico, and China have rattled markets, prompting a wave of sell-offs across risk assets. Should Bitcoin fail to maintain this support, its next major target is around $63,000, a level of Vincenzo at $58,000 neckline gave his people and his subscribers and Jabroni Killer members first mover advantage about 2 months ago when he talked about a $58,000 head and shoulders neckline. The insight provided by Crypto Quant analysis highlighted a convergence of factors that are amplifying markets, right? Shifts in international behaviors like changes in ETF strategies and slower accumulation can drive broader market sentiment. Their actions affect liquidity and may shape Bitcoin's price trajectory significantly. What broader economic factors could amplify Bitcoin's current market demand? And you can see now we're starting to get more of the mainstream on board what old Vincenzo's been talking about to you, giving you the first mover advantage. And that's the power of this station. That's why you need to become members of Jabroni Killers and subscribers to the channel, because you get out ahead of the mainstream. You get out ahead of what's going on first before everybody else catches on. Like, subscribe, and share. Our road to 10,000 subscribers starts with my beautiful, glowing, lovely audience and you, the Rock Eyebrow J. Peace and love.